Hi everybody, welcome back. It's Miss Sierra. Today we're going to be making no-sew pillows for today's arts and craft project. Now make sure you watch until the end to see how you can win a prize this week. These are what your pillows are going to look like at the end. You need to grab the following materials from your bag: your fabric, your little plastic bag full of stuffing, scissors, markers, and a ruler. Now obviously most pillows are made by having to sew each side together, but we're not going to be doing that today. We're going to seal our pillows by tying each one of these pieces at the end shut. This method is done with a bunch of other things like blankets, for example. So let's get started. This by selecting our fabric. Each of you has different colors and patterns of the fabric. I've chosen this for myself, which is just like a dark purple shade. Now I started this by cutting two identical pieces of the fabric that are about 22 by 16 inches, which makes about a 10 by 16 size pillow, which is just big enough for your head. Again, this is what your pillow is going to look like. You can make any size pillow you want to, but just keep in mind that you need to add an additional 6 inches on each side to accommodate the fringe. Now, let's get started. To start, you need to lay your fabric down on a flat surface and make sure both of your pieces of fabric are completely aligned corner to corner, edge to edge, in order to have the most success. So very carefully, open them both up if you need to, and make sure they are completely even on each side. Now we are going to start to cut each corner into squares. Take your ruler, and we're going to measure 2 inches across. And if you need to make lines here or some type of marking so that you know where you're measuring, please do so. We're going to measure 2 inches at the top corner here across and 2 inches down. So it should be about right here, and we're going to cut all the way up and all the way across. Now we're going to go ahead and cut along that 2-inch line up and across into a square. And we're going to do the same with all 4 corners. Again, make sure that it's 2 inches in height and width. Try to be as precise as you can with this. It's okay if one is just slightly bigger than the other. So, this is what it should look like. Okay, you might notice that some of my edges are not completely lined up here. That's fine. You can just go ahead and correct that. Just like this. Because it's important as we get further along to make sure that everything lines up in the beginning. Now we're going to make slits at each corner of our fabric. This is called fringe, and we're doing this so that we don't have to sew our pillow together. Now take your ruler, measure it if you need to, but just know we're going to be making about 1-inch cuts between both the front and back part of the fabric. So just put your scissors underneath both the front and back and just start cutting. You don't need to make any spaces when you're cutting. Just as soon as you cut this, don't cut directly on top. And just keep making the same cuts all the way to the end here. Each of our sides of the pillow together. This is how we're going to seal our pillow shut, and that's the whole point of a no-show pillow. After I finish this pillow, I think I'll probably give it to my mom because her favorite color is purple. Now, let me show you how to do this. Now, there's two sides to a pillow, a front and a back, and there's two slits that we made on the pillow. You're gonna take one on the top and one on the bottom, twist tie them like this, put one of the fringes through and tie it. We're going to do the same thing all the way across each corner. Now, make sure that you do not tie one of the long pieces, either the top or the bottom, whichever. We are going to just tie the bottom and the two sides. I'll show you why in a minute. Ready? now it should look like this. 3 out of your 4 sides should be tied and the ends should be shielded shut like this. Now you're gonna get your stuffing out of your bag, which is really called polyfill, which is just another name for stuffing. Take it and open both sides up and fill your pillow. Okay, now this is what it should look like with all of your stuffing inside the pillow. Now we have to seal the top shut by doing what we did on the sides again. Twist tie the 2 ends together, just like this. Crisscross and put one down and pull. Okay, now this is what your pillow should look like. We're almost done. We're gonna go a second time around and give all of our fringes on the sides another tie. Because if you look up close, you can see tiny little gaps where your stuffing might be coming through. And just to make sure that your pillow is completely sealed, we need to double knot each side. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, if you notice, again, some of little tiny spots here, it doesn't have to be the same 2. I'm going to go ahead and crisscross these and make a knot here to seal it. Just tie whichever you see fit. Okay, now this is your finished pillow. Make sure before you actually go to use it or give it to somebody else to use that no stuffing is coming out on either of the sides. Test it out, just give it a little firm press down with your hand and make sure nothing is coming out of the sides. Hope you enjoyed today's craft. Okay, hopefully this was fun and easy for you to do. Stay tuned for the next craft, which is going to be DIY sun catchers. I'm going to link some other videos in the description that are very short, just in case you had any trouble with this. You can watch some other ones, but now you have a finished pillow. Okay, hopefully you all enjoyed this week's video. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, each week prizes are going to be given out to campers in each age group, so K1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 up, to the campers that watch the most videos. But we have to track your attendance. We can't do that unless you leave your name and the answer to the question of each video in the comments below. So make sure, like I just said, to leave your name and the question of the day in the comments below so that we can track your attendance and you can earn prizes each week. Now, the question for today is, what craft did we make? Alright, I'll be looking for it in the comments and I'll see you next time. Bye!